We're on Megillah, Perek Bet, Mishnah, Dalid. Fourth Mishnah in the second chapter of Masechet Megillah. And we're going to study today who can read the Megillah and when. When do we read the Megillah? It says in Mishnah, Hakol ksherim likrot et Megillah. Anyone can read the Megillah, chutz except for cheresh. Cheresh usually means someone who is deaf. But here we're talking about someone who can speak but cannot hear. Or shoteh, someone who is not of sound mind. Vekatan, and a minor. Rabbi Yehuda machshir bekatan. Rabbi Yehuda says a katan, a minor, is permitted to read the Megillah because we just need somebody who's reading it and understands what he's reading. So now the Bartanura says Hakol ksherim likrot et Megillah. Hakol, all. Why does the Mishnah say everyone? La'atuyei nashim, to include women, and this is a quote from the Gemara in Masechet. I'll show you Masechet Erkid, Daf Bet Amud Bet. So the Gemara says, let's go down. The Gemara says, Hakol chayavin b'mikra Megillah. We learned in the Mishnah everyone is obligated to read the Megillah. Moreover, let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Hakol ksherim likrot et Megillah. The quote, everyone is kasher la'atuyei mai. Who is that coming to include? Now I got to go to the next amud. Okay, and that's a quote. La'atuyei nashim. That includes women. Uke de Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi. That follows the teaching of Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi. De Amar Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi. Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi says, Nashim chayavot b'mikra Megillah. Sh'av emayu ba'oto hanes. Okay, that women are obligated in the reading of the Megillah because they were included in the miracle. They were included, and then what does it mean that they were included in the miracle? To what degree were they included? Etc. Etc. Okay, the Tosfot say it's an interesting question. Okay, and Rashi says, before we get to Tosfot, I just have to make this a little bit bigger. This is an halacha shir, but it's worthwhile to see because it's directly from the Mishnah. Rashi says, I'm going to go back up here. La'atuyei nashim shechayavot uksherot likrota. They are kasha to read the Megillah. Ulahotzi zechari midei chovatam. They can even fulfill men. They can be motzi men, their obligation. Tosfot quote Rashi, Lashon HaKuntrus, Aval Behag lo pasakachi. But the Baal Halachot Gedolot did not paskin. So I just want to show you that it's bad. Women obviously can clearly read. Everyone agrees women can read the Megillah. Women can also be motzi other women. Can they be motzi men is a machloket. And therefore, that's why you have this whole issue of women's Megillah readings, because it's clearly acceptable from the Mishnah. Hakol la'atuyei nashim. Women can read the Megillah. Okay? Rabbi Yehuda machshir bekatan, we don't pass in like Rabbi Yehuda. So that's a topic of who can read. When do we read? This says the Mishnah. We read during the day. The Ikar mitzvah is during the day of the 14th of Adar, whatever day you have to read it on. We also read it at night, but the Mishnah says, Ein korin et Megillah. So there's a bunch of things that we're going to say that you have to do it ad shetanetza netzachama, until the sun actually rises over the horizon, netz as it's called. Okay? There's also this thing called Allah Amud HaShachar. Amud HaShachar is the strike of first light in the sun. The first light, that you can see, not the sun itself, but you see light beginning to shine in the sky. That's Amud HaShachar. So there are specific times. Amud HaShachar is always before Netzachama. So can you do it before Amud HaShachar, after Amud HaShachar, or do you have to wait till Netz? So the Mishnah is going to say all these things, you shouldn't do them until Netz. En karin et Megillah, you don't read the Megillah. Velo malin, malin is milah. Okay, milah means, of course, circumcision. Circumcision is on the 8th day. So when is the day? After Netz. Velo tovlin, certain times, tovlin is to go to the mikvah. So it's not talking about a woman who's a nida who does it at night. Rather, we're talking about tvilah of velo tovlin, velo, let's go back to the Mishnah in a second. Velo mazin, haza'ah is the sprinkling or the spraying. When a person became tameh, they would have to spray him with the ashes of the para aduma, the special mixture from the red cow that was burnt. So they would spray them on the 3rd day and the 7th day. Dichtiba haza'ah, as it says about spraying, v'hizah hatahor al hatameh, the pure guy sprays on the non-pure guy, vayom hashlishi ubayom hashvi, on the 3rd and the 7th day. And then on tefillah, it says you have to do tefillah on the 7th day. You do the spraying on the 7th day, he goes to the mikvah, and then he's tahor at night. So we learn, ein tovlim ela bayom. Okay, that's what we say, that you're tovel. And that's only up to the 7th day. Okay, but then meaning you can't do tefillah on the night before the 7th day. But after the 7th day, you can go to the mikvah at night. So nonetheless, we see, lo tovlin velo mazin, you don't do the tefillah of the 7th day, and also the spraying, the spritzing of the para aduma. V'chein, similarly, shomeret yom keneged yom lo titbol, ad shetanei tzachama. Shomeret yom keneged yom is a specific halacha of dam ziva, shomeret yom keneged yom, to guard a day corresponding to a day. So let's look at the Bartanura. He explains it. So a woman, according to the Rambam says that a woman has an 18-day cycle, 7 days of Yemei Nida, and then 11 days of Yemei Ziva. So if she sees dam, blood, or an emission of blood during the days of Ziva, if she only sees it for 1 day, and this is assuming this is her regular cycle, if she only sees it for 1 day, she is what's called Shomeret Yom Keneged Yom. She sees it once on 1 day, so the next day she has to be careful, she has to watch and make sure that she doesn't see dam that day, okay? And she's tovelet ba'oto yom atzmo. She goes to the mikvah during the second day, and by nighttime she's tahor. That's to shomeret yom keneged yom. That's called ziva kitana. So since she only goes to the mikvah, she goes to the mikvah during the day, she says lo titbol ad shetanetz hachama, and then she shouldn't go to the mikvah until sunrise. But kulam shasu mishala amud hashachar kasher. But if they did it for whatever reason, if all of them, if they did it once amud hashachar, once first light came, that's kasher. Why is it okay? Because when the amud hashachar comes, that's already considered day. Because it says in Ezra, when did they do the work of the building of the walls and whatever? They worked from alot until tzeit, until nightfall. I mean, they worked the full day. Whatever light there was possible, they worked. And it says, the day was the day of work. And their day was alot until tzeit. So alot until tzeit is really the day. But we wait until nates because we're not sure when does the day really begin. It's very, very not deliberate, not specific. So nowadays we have charts. But when is the exact first light? When can you see it? When is it really alot hashachar? So therefore Chazal said, lechatchila, for all of these things, especially Mikra Megillah, you shouldn't read the Megillah until Netzach Hama. We'll stop here and dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a good day.